3 seconds later, the same shark was just right next to me.
Wow.
Stopped.
The Gulf Coast of Mexico. With average temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius and a year-round tropical climate, the area attracts tourists in their thousands every year. But tourists aren't the only thing to visit these shores. The area around Playa del Carmen is also a seasonal breeding ground for bull sharks. Famed for their aggressive nature and known as one of the top 3 most dangerous shark species in the world, for many people, they incite fear and panic. But not everyone though, and recently I met with a shark diver who's been diving with bull sharks for years now. Initially, I wanted to understand what gives him the courage to get in the water with these animals every day, but over the course of our conversation, it became clear that there's more to these animals than meets the eye.
I've been diving with bull sharks for about 8 years already.
Yeah.
So during this time, we have never had a situation where we had a problem.
Has it ever been close?
Huh?
Has it ever been a bit too close where you think, shit, this is too much. I'm not feeling comfortable here?
One time, long time ago, I should say, but I wasn't feeding the sharks or anything. I was scuba diving. We finished our dive. We were going back to base, and then the boat driver told me, "Hey, there's a school of fish over there, and I see some fins. Like, would you like to go and see the sharks?" And I had the great idea of saying, "Yeah, you know what? I love it. I'm gonna do it." So I told my clients, "Hey, give me 1 second." Everybody was super chill and super cool. So when I jumped in the water that day, I never forget it, because the moment I descent, I saw the schools of fish in front of me, and they were going against the current. I was going with the current, so we just met. See? So the bait ball, it was huge, like from here to there.
Wow. So that's like 20, 30 meters.
That's like a 20, 30 meters slope, but that was huge. And the amount of fish that was in there, in that schools of fish that were running, it was just humongous. It was more or less like this time, like noon. So here it's very sunny. When I got inside the school, it turned cloudy, kind of dark, because of the amount of fish that I had on top of me. It was dark to me. And then right in that moment is when the action started. Man, I counted more or less like 12 bull sharks.
Wow.
There were bull sharks, there were barracudas, and they were hunting. And that's absolutely different.
Yeah.
And I just started watching these huge torpedoes swimming by like super fast, like boom, boom, boom. You have no idea. And you hear the noise of their tails.
And is that the barracudas or the sharks?
That was both, barracudas and sharks. They were hunting the fish, and they were hunting just like crazy. They were in a frenzy.
Yeah.
They were in frenzy, so it's very different to see them. When I saw them in frenzy, I was a little bit worried. I gotta be honest with you. I was a little bit worried. And it was just a lot of adrenaline. It was super excited.
Yeah.
Oh man, my rush, my heart was beating like crazy. And I was, because they were swimming by this much away from my head at full speed, eating the fish.
Wow.
And I saw them doing somersaults inside the water, like flipping, moving in a ways that I never saw them before, going full speed, passing by, and 3 seconds later, the same shark was just right next to me.
Wow.
Stopped, look at me, and in 1 second take off like crazy, boom, leaving a trail of sand, just like this. Oh man, that was crazy.
Did you feel in control?
No, they had the control, not me.
But were you scared?
I was a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were 12 of them. They were hunting. They're in frenzy. I think what helps is like probably they saw me like another predator. Okay, you're here. You're gonna eat. So just join to the party. There's plenty of food, and they were just doing their stuff. They were just eating.
Wow.
And they ignored me. I was just right in the bottom. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. I mean, it's something that everybody should see. Like to see a pack of sharks hunting in wildlife.
Yeah.
One of the best images that I have in my mind. I mean, it's one of my best memories. Yeah.
That's nice. What are the guests like when they get in? Because some of these guys would probably like. I'd like to think that if I was to do it, I'd be fairly calm because I know what I'm doing, and I've dove with sharks before, thresher sharks, so they're much smaller. But Um,
The sea sharks.
yeah, exactly. But there must be some guests who, they do it without really realizing what they're doing. They get in the water and they just start to panic.
Sometimes we get the people like that because, well, you got all the bad press, the movies.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to change people's mentality. Even myself, when I was a kid, when you're a kid, here I was a fisherman.
Yeah.
So what the grown-up people, you always used to tell me, shark, bad. Shark, oh, human killer, human eater. Oh, be careful because the tiger is mean. That tiger shark is gonna go after you and it's just gonna eat you. And you gotta be careful with hammers because hammers are super aggressive. And you gotta be careful with this. But I mean, those are stories that the fisherman or people have in their heads, in their mind. They have the wrong idea of what the animal is, but that's absolutely wrong. When you scuba dive and you learn and you see them really the way they are, then you learn. And then obviously that you transmit it to the people,
Yeah.
Like to our guests, I don't talk much about the sharks in the beginning of the activity. And then I start telling them about the fears that most of the people have and how that idea is absolutely wrong. I'm trying to insert the chip in there so that when they get in the water, they are not thinking the stories and things that are wrong in their mind, like, oh, I'm going to get in the water, I'm going to be in attack, I'm going to be beaten, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I always try to just to make people change their mind,
Yeah. Yeah.